Okay, everyone, welcome to a session today where we'll be learning about how to work online, how to land a remote job, how to earn, online or remotely. If you can hear me, leave a thumbs up or your favorite emoji in the chat box. If you can see my screen, if you can see me clearly, hear me clearly. All right. Let's do that real quick. So I'm sure that our connection is okay. Okay. Thank you for that. So I would appreciate it if you share the link to somebody you think should be in this class today. So I think the one that is very easy to share is the YouTube link, right? So share. You can post it on your status. You can share it to a friend on your story, just someone you think um should benefit from what we're going to be doing tonight. I will try my best not to take so much of your time, but believe me, it's a value-packed session. All right. Somebody might ask me, why are you holding this class for free? Well, that is because I want to communicate a particular value to you. I want you to get to know me and the value that I can bring to your table. All right. So today it's the how to land your first remote job class, or how to earn online class, or how to work online class. So please sit back and enjoy the session with us today. All right. Okay. So just a bit about me so you know who you are having to speak to you tonight, so that some of you just saw the ad on maybe Facebook or a friend shared it with you. um, so you know who is speaking with you, right? Or speaking to you tonight. So my name is Victoria Ezechukwu Obia. That's my name. My students popularly call me Coach V. And I believe before the end of today's class, you would have an idea to why, they call me that name, Coach V. Okay, so do me a big favor. If you want to see my screen clearly, do not use your fingers and put on your phone and try to zoom in. That would be you writing on my screen or my slide. What you can do is you can change the orientation of your phone to a landscape mode. So instead of your phone being like this, it turns and it's like it's like this, right? Yeah, so that way you can see clearer. Okay, thank you very much. So my name Victoria is a Chikobia, popularly called Coach V. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of two beautiful children. I'm a work from home mom for over 3 years now. So it means that I've been working from the comfort of my home, working online, for over 3 years now. And on Upwork alone, Upwork is a very popular platform, and that is why I use that. So, just to communicate my value on Upwork alone, I'm a top-rated freelancer, and I've earned over $10,000 on Upwork alone, aside other, freelancing platforms. I've worked with clients across the US, UK, Canada, Asia, Europe, and I'm also a teacher. So I'm a licensed educator. I'm licensed with the TRCN in Nigeria. I'm also, pursuing my master's in education. So I'm a teacher. I'm a trained teacher. I'm also the freelance coach at Career Crafters Academy, where we've trained over 2,000 people, and we have hundreds of documented testimonials of the impact our training has, given to these people. So if you don't mind, you can follow me on LinkedIn, Victoria Ezechukwu, on Instagram, Coach Victoria underscore, and on Facebook, Victoria Ezechukwu Obia. So I would love it if you follow. I share valuable insights and on how to earn online. I do a lot of, content. So follow me if you don't mind. Okay, so let's jump into what we have today. Let me see what is in the chat. Okay, thank you. So let's move forward. So, yes, you've heard a bit about me. So, the training that I do, or the training we offer in Career Crafts Academy, we have a training called Digital Skills Training. It's a 5-week training where we teach you 20 plus in-demand skills, remote work tools, how to apply and land jobs in just 5 weeks. So, the training runs for 5 weeks and is a value-packed training. The fee for that class is 20,000 naira. So it's really, really, a value packed training. Okay. So, yes, I teach people. We usually have classes 6 times in a year: February, April, June, August, October, November. We have one coming up in June, right? Yes. Yes. So that you know that the advertising has already happened before we start the class, so that I can focus on, giving you the value that you have come here to get today. Okay. So if you want to learn, how to work online, you want to learn remote work tools, you want to learn different skills you can use to provide services online, you want to learn how to apply and learn a remote job, foreign jobs, you want to learn how to earn in dollars, you want to work with foreign companies, yes, this training is for you. All right. Okay, more on that later. So, yes, the reason why you have joined this class today is very simple. You want to learn how to earn online. You want to learn how to make money online. You want to learn how to work online. Okay, so I'm just going to be very honest with you and just throw it as it is. The first thing you should know is that for you to be able to make money online, you must have something you are selling. Yes, that is the truth. Think about any way you want to think about it. If you want to make money online, you want to make money using the internet, you want to make money using your phone or your laptop or your tablet or your iPad, you want to make money online, you must have something you are selling. It is either you are selling a skill, it is either you are selling a service, it is either you're selling a product. So either of these three things. Think of anybody who is making money online. Think of anybody who is making money through the internet. They are selling something. It's either they are selling a skill, it's either they are selling a service. You order for their service online, right? They provide the service. It's either they are selling a product. So the product is, whatever product they are selling: shoe, bags, whatever, digital products. You make your payments, you get the product or the service, or they use their skills to provide service to you. So I don't know if we understand what I've just said. If it has not made sense to you, later on, go and think about it. Think of anybody you know that is working online or that claims to work online or that is making money online. You will see that they are selling something. They might not come outrightly and say, okay, I am selling, no. But when you think about it, it's either they are selling a skill, a service, or a product. All right. So in this class, I will show you how you can earn from let's say, I don't want to exaggerate it, right? But let's say from $500 to $2,000 monthly using a skill or service. So what I'll be showing you tonight is not about a product. It's not about selling a product, right? Maybe a digital product or a physical product. What I'll be showing you tonight has to do with skills and services. So someone will ask me, what is a skill, or what is skill? Skill is just the ability to do something well. So think of anything you can do well. You can sell it as a service online, right? So I will show you 7 steps to get started selling your skill as a service to foreign clients online. So yes, I know some people join this class today. They already have a skill. They've learned something that they can monetize. Maybe they've learned graphic design, they've learned web development, whatever it is they've learned that they can provide a service, right? So I will show you exactly how to get started selling your skill or service to, if you're selling it to Nigerians, yes, you can make money, but you know that the volume of the money you'll be making will be lesser compared to when you are targeting foreign clients. Now, if you do not have a skill or you're not sure of the skill you have, I will also show you how to get started. Okay, so 7 steps, walk with me, 7 steps to get started selling your skills as a service to foreign clients online. Now, just like Uche, who got a $1,200 job monthly, yes, Uche is a life person, right? She got a job as a sales development representative using the skills that she learned from Career Crafters Academy. So she learned the skill, sales development, from our training, and she was able to get this job that pays her $1,200 monthly. It is real. It's not a faking stuff. Go on our pages, you will see real life testimony from people, real people like you. All right. Also, we have Samson who got a job. Samson got a job paying in rupees. Do you know what rupees is? Indian currency. So you can work for anybody in any country, in anywhere in the world, right? Earning in dollars, pound, euro, whatever currency that you like. So Samson got a job paying in rupees after attending our digital skills training. Like I said, you can check our pages for hundreds of other documented testimonials. You can go on my Instagram, Coach Victoria _ on our Facebook page, Career Crafters Academy, or even on our website, career-craftersacademy.com. Okay, so number one step, like I said, I don't want to take too much of your time today. So we'll just run through the 7 steps that you need to take if you want to be able to sell your skill as a service. Sell that thing you know how to do as a service. So the first thing you should be doing is you start by identifying the skills you have or the skill you want to learn. So let's say I want to sell my skill, right? I want to sell that thing I know how to do. So I need to identify which of the thing that I know how to do will be in demand in the market, right? It's not everything you know how to do that you can sell online. For example, if I am a tailor, it means that I need to provide my services to people. That thing I know how to do, which is tailoring, I need to sell it, right, to people online, right? So that's a skill. Then if I don't have a skill, it means I need to go and learn, right? Before I can be able to sell that thing as a service, I need to learn. So I'll be focusing on digital skills because these are the ones that are easier to learn and easy to sell online. Okay, so we'll be focusing on the remote job market. Remote, when we say remote, we mean the online job market. It means these people you are going to be selling your service to or working for, you may never meet them in your lifetime. You will never get to see them or speak with them. Everything you'll be doing will be online. You might be speaking to them in a video call like we're having right now, right? Or on a phone call or chat or messaging, but you may never see them face to face in real life. So that is the way we can stay in whatever hole we are in Nigeria and target people abroad through remote jobs. So the remote job is a very wide industry because some of us went to the university for 4 years, we graduated, and we are limited by our location. Let's say you are in Asaba, or you are in Enugu, or you are in Bauchi. You are limited by your location. So there's a limit to the type of jobs that are available for you to even apply to. But when you are now targeting the remote job market, it's a wider space. You have several countries across the world that you can target. So your opportunities and chances are bigger, are larger. Then these are some of the high demand skills. So I told you guys we're going to be touching some of the high demand skills right now in the remote job market. Now we have marketing. For marketing, there are lots of businesses all over the world, even small businesses. The US is like the highest, one of the highest countries that has small business. Everybody has a small business. They might have a full-time job, but they still have that small business that they are managing, and they need people to help them. So they need people to help them in marketing. What skills can you, or what service can you provide when it comes to marketing? We can talk of social media management. So whatever you are doing as a social media manager, you are at the end of the day making sure that their target audience or the people, their customers, will find them and be able to buy from them. So that's marketing. You can be doing content creation, SEO, digital marketing. These are some digital skills that you can use to provide service to people abroad. Now, if you are a social media manager to a company in Nigeria, You could be earning anything from, let's say, 50,000 naira to 100 or 150, depending on how big the company is and what exactly you are doing for them monthly. Then if you're now targeting, foreign companies, you're targeting the US, you're targeting UK, you're targeting Canada, your money will definitely, go up. For just one page, you could be targeting anything, charging anything from, let's say, $200 per month. Then, or some people even charge as high as 500. So if you now have two or three, companies that you are managing their social media. And when you're managing social media, it's not like you are working every time. You just create the post, schedule the post, and you are good to go. So you see, digital skills is the in thing right now. Then we also have support roles. We have things like virtual assistants, Airbnb. So you are helping these people to manage their properties. You are helping them to manage their businesses as a virtual assistant. You are offering customer service to their customers. You are helping the day-to-day runnings of the business as an operations manager. You're doing writing and content creation. So you could be a copywriter, you could be a blogger, you could be doing translation services. All of these are services you can sit at the comfort of your home and be offering them to clients. So, like I said, step one is you need to identify that skill you have or the one you want to learn to be able to provide that as a service to these people. Someone asked a question, what is Airbnb? Now, have you heard of serviced apartments or short-term rentals? So these are like apartments, fully furnished apartments that people rent. Maybe they rent for a day or 2 days or 1 week or 1 month. So they need people to also help them in managing it. It's just, think of a receptionist in a hotel, but this one now is like apartment. Let's say 1 bedroom apartment, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom. They will rent it because they want to, maybe it's a large family or they want to be able to cook. It's a fully furnished apartment that you can, help them to manage. So you can do that online as well. All right. So another thing you can do. So I'm just giving you a breakdown of some of the high demand skills in the market right now. Another one is sales and business development. Like I said earlier, every business wants to sell. So there are different things you can do to help businesses sell. And if you're able to prove that you are good at these things, they will be willing to pay you well to help them with this. So you can also do lead generation, account management, telemarketing, appointment setting. If you are creative, you could go into things like graphic design, branding, animation. If you're going into core tech, you can do things like web development, programming, UI UX design, data analysis. Now, this list on my slide right now is not exhaustive. There are still more things you can do. So it's left for you to start by identifying the skill you have or the skill you want to learn. Right, there's a lot out there. I know it can get confusing, right? So I would say if you don't know where to start or you're confused about the skill to learn, right? One thing you can start with is, enrolling in our digital skills training. So in that class, in that training, we teach you 20 skills, 20 high in demand skills that you can use to provide services. We also teach you how to search for clients, how to attend interviews, how to provide services, find these clients, ace your interviews, get the job, how to start working. So if you are confused, that is a good class for you. It's a beginner friendly class that will really help you. Okay, so let's move to step two. Step two, get trained. I mean, you want to do tailoring, you have to get trained. You want to be a plumber, you have to get trained, right? Tell me any skill out there that does not require you to be trained. Even cooking, even if you don't want to go to a catering school, you have to be trained. Maybe while you were growing up, your parents, taught you how to do those things, and then you, from practicing, you get better, right? Or you watch YouTube video. You just have to be trained somehow. So you should realize that if you are going to be targeting the foreign market, they are looking for the very best. You cannot be mediocre and then expect that they will take you. they will be looking for the very best. So it means you have to get trained by an expert. So sometimes it's best not to waste time trying to figure it out on your own. You can learn from somebody who has walked the path that you're trying to follow. This can save you months of confusion. I know when I started as a freelancer years back, I told you guys I've been doing this for over 3 years now. And when I started, there was a lot of confusion. What platform is the best for me to apply? What kind of job is the best to learn? What kind of skill is the best to learn? How do I start? How do I attend interviews? What do I say in the interview? Right? So there's a lot of confusion out there. So if you have someone who has done this before, or an expert, what they will do is that they will teach you the exact skills and tools that you need to succeed, especially when it comes to remote roles. Then of course they will share some of their real life experience. You have access to ask them questions. You can get feedback from them. They can tell you what the market is looking for, what hiring managers are looking for. Then they can also guide you on how to position yourself. So this thing is what we take our time to do in Career Crafters Academy. It's not enough to just have a skill, right? Some people just learn a skill, but they don't learn how to position themselves. So they don't even know how to craft their resume or their CV. They don't know how to. You hear someone saying, I've been applying for a long time and no reply, not even one. There's a problem somewhere. You don't know how to prepare for interview. So, okay, you probably got an interview and then you attend the interview and then they ghost you because you don't know the things to do, the things to say, how to stand out in your interview, how to ace them. So this is something that, an expert can help you with. They can also provide honest feedback and mentorship to help you grow. They can also help you stay accountable and focus on your job search goal. So ensure you get the right training to stand out. If you are targeting the remote workspace, you are competing with the Philippines, you're competing with Indians, you're competing with people in South America, you are competing with other Africans as well. So it means you have to really do so much to stand out, and an expert can actually help you here. A little advert. That is where career crafters. That is where our training comes in. We take a lot of time to ensure that we prepare you for the remote job market. So number three, tailor your resume and online presence. So after you found out the skill you want to learn, right? You've gotten trained, right? The next thing you need to do is now you have to start preparing yourself, because there's some, I don't know if you're a Christian, right? There's a Bible verse that says, can you hide a candle under a bushel, right? You can't light a candle and then go and hide it under the table, right? It will not give the light that it's supposed to give. So also, if you are a good talent, if you are good at what you do, you have learned this thing, your brain is busting, is bringing out smoke. If you don't put yourself out there, nobody will find you. Nobody would come to your bedroom and give you a job if you don't put yourself out there, right? So how do you put yourself out there? You need to start with preparing. I usually call this your battle tools. I call it battle tools. So you need to prepare these battle tools. You start by tailoring your resume and online presence. So resume is a document, for those who don't know. Resume or CV is a document you use to apply for jobs, right? So you need to update it. If you update it with the skill you just learned, right, that you have practiced, that you believe you can provide as a service to these people. If you're targeting to work online, it means you need to be emphasizing remote friendly skills like communication, self-management. You need to talk about the tools you know how to use. Can you use Trello? Can you use Asana? Can you use Zoom? Because these things are things that are used when it comes to remote work. So you need to highlight all of these things. You also need to highlight any past experience you have, right? Then you also need to work on your LinkedIn. So if you want to work online and you are not on LinkedIn, there's a problem somewhere. Okay, so ensure your LinkedIn is up to date with a clear headline about your job interest. So a lot of our students in career crafters, we get jobs on LinkedIn, like it is, that one is guaranteed. So jobs, LinkedIn is like a professional social media. So just like you have Facebook for cruise, or Instagram or TikTok. LinkedIn is focused on professionals. So it's a professional platform where people come to network, meet people, apply for jobs, get jobs. A lot is going on LinkedIn. So you need to make sure that your LinkedIn is up to date. You have arranged it in a way that can attract people. So on LinkedIn, you can apply for jobs. And in fact, apart from applying for jobs, there's a way you position yourself that hiring managers will find you on LinkedIn. I've had hiring managers reaching out to me on LinkedIn. I've had interviews with, our students have had that as well. Getting jobs on the platform. So LinkedIn is a very good place to be. Engage in discussions, connect with other people. I mean, LinkedIn is so beautiful that you can just go on the platform, connect with one CEO somewhere in one country, start talking from there, mention the things that you do, how you can help them. Before you know it, you've gotten a job. So LinkedIn is a very beautiful place to be. Then another thing you need to do is you need to create something we call a portfolio. So a portfolio is a document that you show clients to let them know that you know what you are doing, to show them your past work, to show them, okay, I've done this thing that you want, that you are looking for. I've done it in the past and I can do it for you. So let me give an example. Um, let me use a wedding as an example. So you are a bride or you're a groom, JP 2025. And you're preparing for your big day, right? For a lot of people, their wedding is their big day. So you're trying to get a dress for your big day. And you go, there are two designers or fashion designers. Is it tailor or fashion designer? There are two fashion designers that you have seen, Mr. A and Mr. B. Now, Mr. A, when you went to his store or his shop or his studio, as they call it nowadays, at the entrance there's no display of his work, right? You enter inside, no mannequin with cloth or anything. And then you start telling, okay, Mr. A, I'm trying to prepare for my wedding. This is the cloth I want. This is the style I'm looking at. And then Mr. A tells you, oh, I can do this thing for you. I've done 200. In fact, I'm the one that did for Iyabo Ojo's daughter. I'm the one that did for this person with mouth, just telling you, Yes, you might be impressed, right? But then you walk into Mr. B uh, shop, but at the entrance you see a mannequin or two with a very beautiful wedding gown or a very well tailored suit, and then you walk into the place and you start talking to Mr. B, and he brings out his phone or tablet or tells you to go on their page, their Instagram or TikTok or Facebook. And then when you open their page, you start seeing different gowns, different wedding dresses that they've made. You start seeing different tailored suits that they've made. Beautiful. Who would you feel more comfortable giving the dress of your big day to? Post it on the comment section. I want to know. Who will you feel more comfortable with to give that contract to make the dress for your very big day? Let me know. Is it Mr. A that is just talking with mouth? Or Mr. B that is showing you proof, showing you pictures? In fact, when you were walking in, you were seeing, the whole dresses and everything. Who will you feel more comfortable with? That you will not be scared that you will do what I ordered versus what I got. Mr. B. So we agree that to prove to people that you can get a job done, you need to have a document or something you can use to show them your past work. Show them, even if was not even you that did it in the first place. Even if the Mr. A, B rented those dresses at the or bought them and just hang them. But that thing will give you peace of mind or rest of mind that will make you want to go with him, right? So that is also what we that work online or work remotely, we use. Our own is what we call a portfolio. So portfolio is that document now that you share to people. It contains past work, it contains about you, it contains your education, it contains feedback from your past clients, right? So by the time you share this to somebody, a client that is trying to hire you, they would be rest assured that you can do what you said you can do. Now someone will tell me, okay, I've never worked before, I don't have any experience. How can I prepare a portfolio, right? How can I be able to convince a client that I can do this? How do I go ahead with that? Now, there's something we do in our academy. Before the ending of the training, digital skills training, we make sure that in fact, you do a project at the end and submit, which is your portfolio. So we teach you how to create a portfolio even if you've never worked before. By the time you're coming out of the training, you already have a working document to show clients and say, okay, I can do this. I mean, your shoulder, this trending, what do they call it? This trend now, say my shoulder and all of that. Your shoulder will be high because you can defend what you say you are doing. So create a portfolio or a personal website to showcase your work, whatever skill, digital skill that you are looking to provide as a service. You can showcase it using your portfolio. So this is a way to, you know, build your online presence and tailor your resume. All right. Let's move to number 4. Build your online network. So there is something about community. There's something about community. It is okay to go on YouTube and watch videos. It's very okay, right? But after watching those videos, who can you ask questions at the hot? Who can you say, okay, I've gotten an interview. Who can you go and meet and say, okay, how and what do I need to do to ace this interview? Who can you ask? Okay, oh, I saw this job. Oh, is it a legit job or is it scam? Because yes, there are scam jobs online. Who can you go and ask these questions? That is why I always advise join a community, join a group or a community that aligns with what you want to do. There are groups on Facebook, right? There are communities on Facebook, virtual assistant groups, graphic design groups, whatever skill you have. There are communities on Facebook, there are communities on LinkedIn. A good community to also join is the career crafters community. You can join remote work related communities on LinkedIn, on Slack, on Discord, on Facebook, and even in this group sometimes they post job opportunities. So I would advise build your online network, join these communities, attend conferences. When you join these communities, from time to time they may post about conferences that they are having or webinars. Join them, attend, learn from these people. I mean, you can't say you are a graphic designer and you're not in any group or anywhere where they are posting tips and what is happening. New softwares are coming out, you are not aware. You are still stuck with olden days, that thing you learned 20 years ago. That is not a good way to grow. So join groups. There are lots of free ones, right? There are lots of free ones you can start with. Learn from them, network with them, talk with them. It's a good way to build your online presence. So this is a great way to meet people, ask questions, and learn more about remote work culture. All right. So number 5, remember I said it's 7. Number 5, use platforms that specialize in remote work. Yes. So after you have found out the skill you want to provide, right? Or you've chosen even if you don't have the skill yet, but you've chosen the one you want to learn. Then you go on to get trained and you practice and get yourself really cook yourself, and then you prepare your resume, you prepare your portfolio, you then start joining communities, online platforms and all of that. Then you also need to apply for jobs. That's the truth. So you can use platforms that specialize in remote work. I've posted some of them on my screen. We have remote.co, we work remotely, we have flex job, we have TopTal, we have people per hour, we have freelancer, we have angel list for tech startups, we have a popular Upwork, we have Remotive, we have LinkedIn. There are lots of them. I've only just listed a few on my screen where you can, go on these platforms, create your account, create your profile, and apply for jobs. But what I always tell people is that it's not enough for you to just go and create an account on this platform. You will go and create your account. It's all good. They will allow you for free to create your account. But that's when you now start hearing someone say, I've been on Upwork for 25 years. I've never gotten a job because you don't even know how to use the platform. Every trade has a secret. Every trade has a secret. You don't know how to use this platform. You don't know what the clients are looking out for. You don't know how to write your proposals. You don't know how to create your profile so that clients can find you. You don't know how to use keywords in your profile. So it's not just about creating an account on this platform. You also need to learn how to use this platform so that it can work well for you. Um, there's something we do in our community. From time to time, we host town hall meetings where, we bring people in to come and speak to us, to teach us about new platforms. Last week, we had one of our community members teaching us how to use Freelancer and Guru, you know, to apply for jobs. This Sunday, we have another person coming to teach us about how to, optimize our Upwork, how to write proposals, these things, because the things are changing. That's the truth. The way I was writing proposals 3 years ago is not the way I'm writing now, because, I'm going to be honest with you, there's competition in the market, right? So it means you need to stand out. It means you need to keep refreshing the knowledge that you have. So learn to use this platform before you just jump in, so that you don't jump in and jump out. So this site that I've mentioned, they focus on remote opportunities, which increases your chances of finding a suitable job. Now, some of these platforms are paid, where you need to, buy connect, or you need to buy whatever to apply, and some of them are free. Then let me even shock you. Do you know that you can get remote jobs on Facebook? You see that Facebook you are just cruising on, or on Instagram or TikTok. Do you know that clients can find you, and you can find clients on this platform? I'm talking foreign clients. Let me give you people an example. Now, remember I told you guys I share tips on how to earn online on my pages, my social media pages, and the fact that I also train people on digital skills, so I share all of these things. Now, one day I saw a comment from somebody. I read the comment. She's a real estate agent based in the US. She's a white person, an American. She commented on my page. She was like, I see you train virtual assistants. Do you have anybody you can recommend to me? And we were not friends. I've never met her. I don't know her from anywhere. But what happened? She went on Facebook and then she typed virtual assistants. And somehow, because I've been making posts about virtual assistants, she was able to find me. And then she saw that I teach people, to become virtual assistants. And then she dropped that comment. So I replied her. I said, yes, I have several people I can recommend to you. What are you looking out for? So we moved the talk to the DM, and then she told me what she was looking out for. Okay, I need this, I need that, I need a VA, I need someone to also I'm trying to launch a course, I need someone who can do this, do that, do that. And I said, that's fine. I went to our community group, and then, I got some people, I sent to her, they interviewed. Just like that, people got jobs. So I'm telling you that, don't despise whatever you're doing online. There's a way to package yourself that people will find you. You will see people that, they cruise with you on that same Facebook, but they are making their money. They are selling their skills. They are selling their services. They are selling their products. So learn to use social media wisely. All right. Learn to use social media wisely. Somebody will still ask me, can Africans get these jobs? Is it possible to be in Nigeria and be working for foreign clients? Is it possible to be earning in dollars? Is it, it just sounds like something out of this world to you. Well, let me bring it home. Me that you are seeing that is talking to you live and direct like this. I'm a living proof that this is possible. On Upwork alone, this is my Upwork profile screenshot. This one is verifiable. That is why I'm using it. Other platforms that I use that, they don't do all of this calculating how much you spent. I can't, show them to you because, of course, it's not really verifiable. But this one that is verifiable, if you go on Upwork, you search for my profile, you will see it there. I've earned over $10,000 on Upwork alone. So it is possible. Africans can get it. Nigerians, I've never lied about my location. If you look at the screenshot on my slide, you will see that my location is showing on the platform on Upwork there. My location is showing. So these clients I'm working for, and I've done over 20, I've done from this screenshot 20 jobs on Upwork. Now, these clients know my location. They know I am in Nigeria. They know where I am. I don't lie about my location. and I am able to get this job, and our students are able to get this job. So it is 101% possible. I always tell people, go to any of our pages, go and read testimonies from real life people. In fact, some of our students drop their testimonials on our comment section, right? Go and read from people who are actually doing big things in this Tinubu economy that me and you are in. All right. I have Valentina here, one of our students as well, who got a $5 per hour gig on Upwork. I'm using this one because it's verifiable. We have a lot of them like that. We have Aminat, who got a full-time job with a professor in Texas. Do you know what it means to get a full-time job? Do you know what it means to get a full-time job? Paying you in dollars. She will just sit in her home, turn on her laptop or her phone, and she's able to, provide services to this client abroad, and she's getting her full dollar, right? So yes, it is possible. Okay, so now let's move to step 6. We've handled 5 steps already, and I told you guys I'll be taking you through 7 steps. So now let's move to step 6. Apply, apply, apply. And then I dropped a tip for you, which is tailor each application. So yes, after you've prepared your resume, you've prepared your portfolio, right? You need to also apply to jobs. You cannot hide yourself and expect that people will find you. You need to put yourself out there. So you also need to customize your cover letter and your resume for each job application, right? Customize your cover letter, customize your resume. Make sure that, as you in fact, a very big tip here, you cannot use the same resume you have, one, to apply to several jobs. It will not work for you. Now, let me tell you why. If I am a customer service rep in a company that produces water, let's say we produce bottled waters, do you know that my role as a customer service rep is totally different from a customer service rep in a bank? Our processes are different. Our day-to-day duties are different. So if I am using the same resume to apply to bank, to apply to school, to apply to factories, you see that it does not work because the duties are different. Yes, we are all attending to people, we are all attending to customers, but at the end of the day, our duties are different. That is why I always tell our students, before you apply to a job, go through the job description and then tailor it. There's something they call tailoring. When they say tailoring, you buy your material and then the tailor measures you and prepares that clothes to fit you. That is the same way you tailor your resume, to fit that job you're applying for, right? There are expert ways to do this. That is for a paid class. Okay, so when you're applying, customize your cover letter, customize your resume, use keywords from the job posting. Use keywords. So there's something we call keywords in every job. There is something that the client is looking out for, right? There are the popular ones: communication skills, time management, problem solving. But then there are, specific keywords that the client is looking for. You need to add them to your resume and clearly explain why you are a good fit for this remote job. Mention your skills, mention your experience, mention the tools that you are familiar with, because if you're working online, you're probably using your computer or your phone, you're using some softwares, you're using some apps, you're using some tools. So you need to mention them in your resume so that the client knows that you know how to use them. A well-tailored application shows employers that you're truly interested in the specific role. Okay, so number 7, prepare for the remote job interview. So now you've applied for job, right? And then you've gotten the interview. Now you need to prepare. The work does not end there. You need to prepare. All right. So preparing for the remote job interview is you now preparing yourself for that interview so that you can be the best person, right? The same way you are competing with people all over the world. So you need to project yourself as the best person for the job. Now, when I started, I spend time. In fact, up to now, if I want to attend an interview, I will sit down. Let's say I'll take some time, depending on the job anyway. I'll take some time, sit down, take a paper and pen, write out. I'll pick points. I'll read the job description. I'll pick out key points from the job description. I'll write a bit about it, right? Think about it, talk about it, tell myself, try, read, practice my introduction. Yes, I practice my introduction. How do I introduce myself? When they ask you, tell me about yourself, they're not asking you to tell them about your family problem. They're not asking you how many are you in your family. They're not asking you your date of birth. They're asking you, there's something they want to know. And they say, tell us about yourself or introduce yourself or may we meet you. They are trying to know, how can you fit into this job? What is that thing about you that fits or aligns with this role that they have advertised or they are trying to fill? So there's a proper way to introduce yourself, right? So you need to work on your communication skills. If you don't know how to talk, you need to start practicing. In fact, there was one of our students, right? After our training, after a few months, she chatted me up. She was like, Coach, I want to tell you something. I said, go ahead. She said, Coach, do you know that I've been applying for jobs and I've been getting interviews, but it's at that interview stage that, I will flop. I say, what happened? She said, when she gets to the interview, she gets very nervous. She cannot look at the screen. Like, she cannot look at the person's, the interviewer eyeball to eyeball. So what she'll be doing is she'll be looking down. Now imagine interviewer is looking at you from the screen and you are looking down. You are talking, you are looking down. So they will be thinking you are reading from a book, right? They don't know that you are just scared to look at them. So she told me that's the problem. That day she was chatting me, she just finished an interview and she know that they will not call her back. Like, she knows. Because the person even had to ask her, are you reading from a book? They asked her, introduce yourself, and then she's like this, my name is this. They had to ask, are you reading from a book? She was not reading. She knows what to say. But that fear, that stage fright, you know, and she was like, Coach, how do I overcome this? And then I told her I had to talk to her sternly. Some people, if you don't give it to them hard, they will not move forward. I had to give it to her hard. If you want to get the job, you must do interview. If you must do interview and pass and get the job, you have to, put yourself out there. I asked her, what is the worst that will happen? Will they flog you? Will they beat you? What is the worst that can happen? They say no. So why don't you just focus, face it head on? Then I had to now tell her, okay, what I'll do for you is when next you have an interview, let me know. We will create a panel for you, right? This one is what I just do for our students just to, ensure that they're getting the very best. I told her, I will create a panel for you. For that role, you prepare, we'll do the interview. We will interview you, you know, and let's see how that goes. Just to make sure that she overcomes that. So because of that, we had to even add that to our curriculum, our digital skills training curriculum. We do a mock interview during the training, like an interview simulation, so that you see how an interview is supposed to be. So you learn how to answer their questions, so that you understand how remote job interview is. Because if you have learned the skill, you are the best, you have, prepared your resume, you've prepared your portfolio, you've applied, and then at the interview stage, you are knocked off. That's not a good thing. So, we had to work on this real good. So you need to work on your communication skills, spoken and written. You need to learn how to speak. It's something that you can build, right? So tell me in the chat, how do you think you can work on your communication skills? Does anybody know? How do you think you can work on your communication skills? You can write it in the chat if you know. How can one work on communication skills? Because you must communicate. Either you are writing or you are speaking. So how do you think you can work on your communication skills? Someone says by reading. Stand in front of a mirror and try talking. Read books, watch movies by constantly rehearsing. So the thing is, we know what to do. We know the right thing to do, but sometimes we just need someone to push us, right? We just need someone to ginger us and motivate us. We know what to do. So standing in the front of a mirror and rehearsing, reading books, watching movies. When we were teaching sales, I was one who took that class because we have, other tutors in the academy. I was one who took that sales class because I do a lot of sales for foreign clients, right? Imagine selling to Igbos. I do that and I do that very well. right? So I took that class, and after that, the training, I sent them a recording of my conversation with a client that I was trying to sell to. And then someone was like, "Ha, coach, I listened to this, your recording, oh, and I could not hear what this person was saying. But you were just following with the person. It means that we need to learn how to hear what they are saying." I say, yes. You need to learn how to hear. You want to work with Oyibo, you want to be collecting dollar. You think it's play. You have to learn what. So go and start watching movies. Those of you that it's only African magic epic that you watch, go and start learning, watching those videos, watching those movies, reading books. There are even apps you can use to learn how to speak, right? So build your self confidence. I always tell myself, what is the worst that can happen? When I even started to sell, when I started doing sales for foreign clients, at first I was scared, like, what if these people say no? What if they don't? I have to tell myself and give myself some ginger. I am talking to them. I'm using my headset. I'm calling them. They are not seeing me. They don't know where I am. They only know the company I'm representing. They cannot flog me. They cannot do anything to me. So why should I be worried about what they think? It's do and give him my best shot. Let them say no. And then it will be that, okay, they said no. If they say no, I move to another person. And I've been doing very well with that. So um work on your self-confidence. One moment. Work on your self-confidence. Okay. Then you should also learn how to manage your time. Learn how to manage your time. If you're having a 30 minutes interview and then they ask you, tell us about yourself. And then you spend the whole day talking about your whole history. They will be looking, they will not stop you. They will be, yeah, okay, 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 tell me more. It's you that when you finish, you know that you messed up. All right. Um, give me a second, please. I need to. Okay, so let's jump back. Where's my, yeah. Sorry, I had to reply a client's message. Okay, so ability to manage time effectively and self-discipline, motivation to work. Then you need to be comfortable with remote work tools. You need to. You are using your computer to work, you're using your phone to work, all those apps that they use to work online. They ask you, can you use Google Workspace? You say no. Can you use Slack? You say no. Even Zoom, you cannot use. Asana, Trello, productivity tools, project management tools you cannot use, communication tools you cannot use, time management tool you cannot use. You have to learn how to use them. All right. So do mock interviews. You can get someone to practice with so that by the time you are getting into the interview, you are you are prepared. By the time they ask you like this, you are giving it to them, giving it to them. In fact, there are some interviews I attend. Before we even get to the media, I already know I have the job, right? I've come to a point where, by the time I'm doing the interview, I will be the one asking them questions. I'll be the one steering the interview how I want it to go. I will be presenting myself as a professional, which I am, right? My years of experience is not a waste. So, I will be the one asking them, okay, so tell me about this, tell me about that. So yes, it's not a one day thing. It takes constant practice. In fact, sometimes I attend interviews just for the fun of it. I see a job that I know I'm not going to do, right? I apply. The interview comes, I do the interview just to make sure that I know what's happening. I'm still in the game. I know what clients are looking for. That way I can easily advise our students and say, okay, this is happening in one interview I did today. Oh. Can you imagine? I applied for this job. I keep doing that. In fact, my Upwork, there's no day I don't visit my Upwork app because I want to see something new to share with our students. I want to, see new tips, new tricks. We're bringing people time to time to come and teach us new things happening. The digital world is changing, is evolving every day. So we need to keep up with it. Okay, so that is step 7. So let us run through the 7 steps to landing a remote job or to working online. Now, the first one is identify a high income skill, right? Get trained by an expert. Prepare your battlefield or your battle tools, your portfolio, your resume, your cover letters, your CV. Prepare all of these things, right? Because this is what you'll be using to Slack is for communication between team members or within a company. It's in-house communication. So you have channels on Slack. So if you are working for a company abroad, they will add you to their Slack where you can communicate with your other team members. You can chat with them. People can hold meetings like in your office, your life office, where maybe every Monday or every morning people gather and hold meeting. You do all of that on Slack. So it's just taking it to a virtual. So you need to actually learn how to use these things if you want to work online. Okay. So prepare your portfolio and your resume, build your network. I said you can build your network by joining groups, joining communities where you can always ask questions. I said if you don't know community to join, you should come and join Career Crafters Academy. After your training, after the 5-week training, you get access to the support group for life where you can always ask questions, you can always get feedback where necessary. So I also said you should use platforms that specialize in remote work. So those platforms I mentioned, there are lots of them, right? Those are platforms where you can apply for jobs. And I told you that it's not just about creating your account on this platform. You should also learn how to use them. On Upwork, for example, you buy connect, like you buy recharge card to apply for job. So if you buy and you apply and you are not chosen for the job, they will not refund it. If you buy and you apply and you are not interviewed, they will not refund it. So that you don't waste your resources, I always advise people before you start going on this platform, learn how to use them so that you don't, go and waste your time and get frustrated. Also, prepare for the remote job interview. Apply, and voila, you've gotten the job, you're now working, right? So some of our students, what they do is after their training, they will work with some Nigerian clients just to, build their muscle, build their expertise, so that by the time they target the abroad clients like this, you hear them getting jobs, getting jobs, getting jobs. So these are just the 7 steps I have outlined, right? Now, let us take it to a different dimension. So ask yourself now, do you have a skill that you want to offer to clients and get paid? Do you have an in-demand skills? I mentioned some in the beginning of this class. I mentioned some high in-demand skills. I said Airbnb is there, social media management, virtual assistants. I mentioned graphic design. I mentioned a whole lot. I mentioned operations. I mentioned a whole lot. Marketing, sales. Do you have any of these in-demand digital skills that you can offer to clients and get paid? Right? Would you like someone, or would you prefer someone who is an expert in getting remote jobs to guide you, or would you rather make your mistakes and get lost along the way? Right? It's okay if you want to, take your time and watch YouTube videos and, uh watch YouTube videos and, you know, whatever. But it also makes sense to get someone who has walked this journey, who is doing well in this journey, who has also trained other people and they're also doing well. it is good to get such a person to teach you and to guide you. If you want to become a fashion designer, you want to become the next Vicky James, what do? You go and get trained by an expert. That is the same way if you want to, be able to provide in-demand digital skills. You want to be able to sell your skills as a service. We already established that if you want to earn online, you have to be selling something. It's either you're selling a skill, it's either you're selling a service or a product. So if you would prefer someone who's an expert in, getting remote jobs to guide you, that is a smart choice. All right. Now, let me introduce you to our digital skills training. It's a 5-week intensive training. When I say intensive, it is intensive. If you will not do assignments, it's not a place for you. If you will not work, it's not a place for you, because working with foreign clients is not a joke. You will work. They don't dash you money. You will work for whatever you are paid. So it's a 5-week intensive training for those who are interested in earning in dollars from the comfort of their home, working for foreign clients. All right. It's who is this digital skills training for? Now, it's for individuals who are looking for a side hustle. So there are jobs you can do on the side, like Airbnb, social media management. Even though you have your full-time job, you can do it on the side. Then this training is also for like stay-at-home parents. So me now, I don't work in any office. I am home, working from my home. If you look, you notice that this is a special place carved out for me to work. This is like my home office where I sit down every day and work for my clients. So I'm at home and I'm still working. So this is a training for stay-at-home parents, business owners, right? Anyone looking to learn digital skills for the workplace, whether in your you are already working and you want to learn up-to-date digital skills. You cannot tell me that it's only Microsoft Office you know how to use in 2025. There's a whole lot of other tools that you can use to make your work easier. You can use to make yourself stand out. When they are promoting other people, you are not promoted because you don't even know what's happening in the world, and you'll be saying, that one, they favor him, they don't like me. It's because you are not improving yourself. Your last training or certification was 25 years ago, and you're expecting an increase, you're expecting promotion. It does not happen that way. You need to keep improving yourself. So this training is also for students and recent graduates, so those who are preparing themselves to get into the remote workspace. Anybody who wants to transition into remote work, it's a training for you. Corporate workers who are looking to improve their digital skills, it's a training for you. So whether you're a graduate, whether you stopped at SS, you only have O level, this is still something you can learn. When you want to work as a social media manager, nobody's asking which university you finished from. No. You want to be an Airbnb co-host, nobody's asking you which university you finished from. No. All they want to see is results. They want to see your portfolio showing them, okay, I can do this. And you see people earning from anything from $500 per month to 1,000, 2,000. you know I, I don't, like I said, I don't want to exaggerate it so you don't think I'm just calling numbers, but this is something we are doing and getting results from. All right. So on my screen now is the course outline for the 5-week digital skills training. We teach introduction to freelancing, remote work tools, all those tools I was mentioning: Slack, Trello, Monday.com, Zoom. We teach all of that. Google Workspace, we teach those tools that we know that clients are always asking about. Then we teach general virtual assistants, we teach social media management, business development, email management, calendar management, travel management, project management tools. We teach appointment setting, LinkedIn optimization, payment management. We teach you how to create your dollar account so that you can also receive money from your foreign clients. We teach you how to write your proposal and cover letter. We teach you Google Workspace. We teach you CRM. CRM is customer relationship management. We teach you how to use it. We teach you sales. We teach basic graphic design. We teach you how to create your portfolio. I told you a criteria to even graduate from our training is your portfolio. So you have to prepare your portfolio. We have to see it and be sure that this is client worthy before you will collect certificate from our training. We teach customer service, lead generation, cold calling, telemarketing, Airbnb, Upwork, how to, use this freelancing platforms to get jobs. We teach it extensively. We teach resume and CV writing. We teach you how to find remote jobs, and we do interview preparation. So you can see that this course is a value packed course. It is not a joking stuff. I always call it an intensive training that runs for 5 weeks. It is a place where you will work, because we understand that, number one, the competition out there is tough. That is the truth. Only the best get the jobs. Even if you do wudu to the answer and you get the job and you don't have the skill, what happens? You lose the job. I have someone that chatted me up yesterday, a lady, and she told me that she has access to a job, but she cannot do it because she's not trained. I think I posted it on my social media. I just didn't want to put screenshot of my chat with her so that she don't see it. She doesn't see it and feel bad. She has access to a job, but she cannot even apply because she's not trained. So she told me she wants me to share it in our community, on because she can't apply because she's not trained. So you have to actually get training. You have to learn how to do these things first, before you can go out there and apply for jobs. Okay. So these are the course outlines for this 5 week digital skills training that we offer at Career Crafters Academy. Right. I'm the lead tutor. I'm the lead instructor. We have other people, who are also teaching during the course of this training. All right. Now, also, what you also get by people like bonus, they like free things. So we also, add some bonuses the course. We have what we call digital skills starter pack. So it's a document, a folder we share with our students that contains templates you can use to work with clients. So when a client says, okay, manage my inbox, you have a template to use. Do this for me, you have a template to use. So we gather these things. We have CV, resume templates, things just to help your journey be a little bit lighter. We also have the support group. After our trainings, you get live access to our support group. So support group is a group where you can always ask questions. You need feedback. A client is asking you for screenshot of your computer that you don't have. You come to the group and say, see, oh, the client said he wants a computer that can do this. I don't have. Please, I need a screenshot. We help you. You need speed test screenshots. We are there to help. They said they need typing speed of 45 WPM, and your own is 15. You come to the group. We are just there to help each other, to succeed. That is the purpose of the support group. And of course, after completion of the training, and when you submit your portfolio, you get your certificate. So we don't charge you extra for the certificate. All you need to do is submit your portfolio and you get your certificate at the end of the training. Then other activities during the course of the training, we have assignments. We give you access to accountability partners, so you even make friends, right? People who can help you in the journey, people who, when they have more than enough jobs, they can give to you because they are friends with you. They know your capacity, they know what you can do. We ensure you create your portfolio. We do a mock interview preparation. So these are just things we put in place to ensure that by the time you are finishing the 5 week course, you are prepared, you are grounded to be able to pursue any remote job, any online job, and get it. Right. So that is what we do in this 5 week digital skills training powered by Career Crafters Academy. All right. So this is just the flyer. Learn simple digital skills to help you work with foreign companies and earn in dollars. The training fee is 20,000 naira. It's a 5 week class, just 20,000 naira. And these are all, you see the cost outline that, we, it's a whole lot that we're actually giving to you for that amount. So I'm the lead coach in the academy, and we have classes 6 times in a year: February, April, June, August, October, and December. December might be maybe ending of November and December, so that we don't enter Christmas. So if you're not able to join a particular cohort, you can join the next one. The next one we have now is in June, right? It's in June. So if you cannot meet up June, there's another one in August, right? So just 6 in a year, 6 times in a year. And You can take a screenshot of the flyer, right? Maybe I'll also share it on the group, if you want to be a part of that training. Now, interesting facts about the digital skills training before I take questions. Interesting facts about the digital skills training. Is a live class. The same way I'm gisting with you guys now is, I had to mute your mics, right? But in the live training is more interactive. You have the opportunity to ask questions. I can be teaching something, you tell me to go back. So it's a live online training and it runs for 5 weeks. 5 weeks. Classes, we have classes like 2 or 3 times weekly, and we run it in the evenings because we want to be able to accommodate people. So we use Zoom for classes, and WhatsApp, we have WhatsApp group for communication amongst ourselves. Then all live classes are also recorded, so we understand that sometimes you might not be available, so we record all of the classes and it is sent to everybody. All the students is sent to you, the recording is sent to you. So even if you attended a live class, you still have the recording to go back to watch over and over again and understand and assimilate everything that you've been taught. Then the classes can be taken using your phone, your smartphone, or your computer. So I don't have a computer is not an excuse for you not to join the training. You can start with your phone. Now, it's a beginner friendly class. You don't really need to have any previous tech knowledge to be able to join the training. You can join the training, you know, um, with as a beginner. So the training is beginner friendly. Certificate is issued upon completion of the training, and the fee for the class, the 5-week class, is 20,000 naira. What are we going to be teaching in the course of the training? I already shared it. This is what we'll be teaching. You can see, if you count it, you see the number. And each of them, inside of them, we have children inside. So it's a value packed training, preparing you so that by the time you are finishing the training, you can offer different services. You see a client that is looking for Airbnb co-host, you are there. You see a client that is looking for social media manager, you are there. You see someone that is looking for a sales manager, you are there. Customer service, you are there. Simple graphic design, you are there. Executive assistants, doing email, calendar, travel, you are there, right? You are in a lot of places. You are good to go. Okay. Um, so okay. To register, actually the class was 25K. I have not edited this my slide, but to register, make a payment of 20,000 to the account is on my screen. Now, if you're outside Nigeria or you're not able to transfer, we have the option to pay with Seller. I will share the link to, use Seller. So after making your payments, you can send the receipt to our email address or to the WhatsApp number on the groups. So you can just take a screenshot and, um, so the class will be starting in June, right? It should be the first week of June. Yes, that's the dates we have right now, first week of June. So the next class is starting next month. Um, After that, we have the one in August. After that, October, and then December for the year 2025. So we have just 6 classes in a year. Okay, so for questions and inquiries, you can chat me up. You can chat any of the admins on the group. If you want direct access to me, you can follow me on my Instagram, Coach Victoria. You can go to the academy's Facebook, Career Crafters Academy. You can check our website to see the beautiful things that we are doing, career-craftersacademy.com. You can send you can send a WhatsApp message. This is our official WhatsApp number on my screen. You can also send an email to info@career-craftersacademy.com, or you can call us on the last number at the bottom of the screen. So if you have more questions, you can also take a screenshot. So right now, I'll be taking questions. If you have any questions, you can just ask them and I'll take them so that we can round up in 5 minutes. I'll take your questions. Let me see. Is it safe for one to resign from his or her 9 to 5 to transition into a remote job? What is the expected month to land gigs after the intensive training? And after resigning, what should one be expecting? Because money ain't coming in anymore. So, Mr. Shegun, I'll be honest with you. If you already have a job, a 9 to 5, I would advise that you first off continue with your job, start your training, right? Start your training, finish your training, practice, apply for jobs. Because the truth is, when you start applying for jobs, you might start with applying for smaller jobs, right? Just to maybe build yourself, and depending on the platform, you apply for smaller jobs before you now start going for the bigger ones that like full-time jobs. So I would advise remain on your 9 to 5, start your training, gain your ground, build yourself for a little while until you can now uh rely on your remote job. Right now, I don't do anything else apart from remote job. If you give me an office job, I will not take it, because from my home, I have, I don't want to say exactly how many jobs I have, but at every point in time, I have at least 2 jobs running. Yes, at every point in time, I have at least 2 remote jobs running concurrently, like I'm doing them at this. So yes, that is why our classes are recorded, so that if you're going to be at work at the time that we are having the live class, you can watch the videos. Watch the videos at your own time, do your assignments at your own time, still study at your own time. Okay. So even though it's a group training, you can still be like a self-paced learning. All right. Is business development and business analysis related? No, no, no. They are not related. Business development has to do with bringing clients. Business development has to do with you bringing opportunities for the company. I told you guys I do sales. So I do something like business development, bringing clients into the company, right? Someone says, is there a deadline for registration? Well, end of May. We might say, okay, maybe because of salary earners, end of May, we end the registration. Okay, let me see if I have any more questions. Do we choose the skill we want, or we have to learn everything? So I have done this for 3 years, right? So I know that it is best for you to learn several skills, because you don't know the one that will work well for you. In fact, the what I tell our students is try your hands on different things. Try your hands on different things, because you might not find out. When I started, I tried my hands on different things, but now I focus on anything that has to do with customers and sales. That's what I focus on now, because I have found my own niche. So try your hands on different things, see what works. That's why we teach you several skills, so that you can have different things to fall back on. In fact, let me give you one example. Some small businesses, they are looking for someone who can do several things. So they will be looking for someone who would manage their customers, at the same time manage their social media pages, at the same time do small flyers for them. So if you are well grounded in different things, your chances of working with them is higher. Yes, we call them small businesses in the US, because they maybe it's a 1 or 2 man business. But by the time they pay you $500 monthly, convert it to your local currency and see how much it is. So you see, to work with this smaller business, knowing different things gives you a better chance. So I would advise learn all we are teaching, and as you start working, you will now know where you want to focus your attention. All right. Yes, certificate is given at the end of the 5 weeks. If you have skills on data analytics, that is a beautiful one. I'm going to be honest with you. That's a beautiful skill to have. So what you should be focusing now is focus on using that skill you have to, work for clients. So that's why we also teach you how to apply for jobs, teach you how to navigate places like Upwork, teach you how to write your resume, teach you how to write cover letters, teach you do interview preparation. So this training also is also beneficial for you or to you. Okay. Is laptop necessary for a remote job? I'm just being honest with you guys, right? There's no need sugarcoating it. Ultimately, you would need a laptop. That is the truth. Ultimately, you would need a laptop. But you can start with your smartphone for now. You can start learning with your smartphone. In fact, there are small jobs you can get with your smartphone. That's the truth. There was one job I got in 2022. In fact, the requirement for that job was an iPhone because they needed us to test their app. So it was a testing job. We're testing their app. They were paying $10 per hour. I did that job until this year before they ended the contracts, right? So start with what you have. Don't let your limitations stop you. Start with your smartphone, learn with your smartphone, apply to jobs with your smartphone, get the job. How much is laptop? Laptop is not really that expensive if you get a good job, right? With 150, 200, you get a laptop. If you're getting a job that pays you, even if it's only $200 a month, you should be able to get a laptop. So yes, ultimately you would need a laptop, but you can start with your phone. After the training, we will still be in the community. Yes, I said you will have live access to the support group, the support community, where you can always ask your questions. We are always organizing trainings for our. Okay, let me just show you guys this. Let me show you people something. Where is my So on Sunday now we have a class actually for our community, only for our community. Let me just show you guys. Uh, I created the flyer. I didn't even share the flyer on social media. I only shared it in our group just to ginger them so they know that we're having that value packed class on Sunday. It's just for our community members. We do it from time to time. I bring in people to come and speak to us, teach us about the latest things happening. Okay, this is the flyer. Teach you about the latest things happening in the remote world. You are learning, you're getting new tips. Right, look at it. So Career Crafters community are having a town hall on Sunday, 7 p.m. So we're bringing someone to come and teach about Upwork optimization and proposal writing. So yes, it's one of the perks of being a part of the community. Life access. All right. Are we going to learn how to get clients? Yes. So what is the need of teaching you skills if we will not teach you how to get clients? It does not make sense. At least I believe it does not make sense. So we go ahead to teach you, um, how to get jobs, where to get jobs, how to write your cover letter, your proposal, your resume. We even do interview. The main cocoa is that you should get job, and that is why we teach all of these things. So I believe that there are no more questions, right? If there are no more questions, we would call it a day. But let me just check if we have any more questions. So let me see. Please, do you think the 5 weeks is enough for mastery of the skills and be able to get a job after the training? So the truth is, the 5 weeks is us grounding you in those skills. You still have to. That's why after every class we give assignment so that you can work on your own. Right? You can work on your own. You can try all those things we are showing you in class. If we only show it to you without you trying your hands on it, it's just story we are telling you. That's why we give assignment so that after the class you go and try it. After trying it, you can now take screenshot of your work, and all of those things. You are building your expertise and your mastery of those skills. Okay. Can all these jobs be done with phone? I think I've already answered that question. There are some jobs that can be done on phone. You can do Airbnb with your phone. You can do social media management with your phone. The guy that does graphics for me, he started with his phone until he got a laptop. So there are some you can do with your phone while you work towards, getting a laptop so that you are not limited. All right. When is it starting? It's starting in June. I think that should be first week of June. Yes, first week of June. If we need to move it to the second week, we'll definitely let you know. But right now, the date is first week of June. First Saturday in June. So that should be like June 7th. Yes. Okay. You need a physical class. Well, that's fine if you need a physical class. Our classes are online now, but you should also know that if you want to work online, then you need a physical class. So how are you going to now translate it to online? I don't know. Okay, so if you're only chanced in the weekend, that is why the classes are recorded so that you can watch them at your free time, right? So we do live classes and they're also recorded so you can watch at your free time. Okay, is data analysis and data science part of the training? No. I showed you guys the outline, the course outline, right? The things that are part of the training. We cannot start, you cannot be a beginner and then you are starting with data analysis. So we have to start in the foundation. That's why we said it is a beginner friendly class. We have to start with the foundations. So these are the things you'll be learning. It's on my screen right now. This is what you'll be learning. Okay. So I cannot see any more questions. Do you do one-on-one training? No, I do not do one-on-one training for now. If I charge you for my one-on-one training, what do you think you'll be able to? Well, maybe you can pay. I'm not looking down on anybody, but for now, I don't do one-on-one trainings, okay? Okay, so it's exactly 8:30 West African time. So I'll be wrapping up the class now. If you have any questions, you can chat us in any of our DMs and we'll be available to help you. I'll also drop more information on the start dates and every other thing you need to know about the class on um the group. Okay, so you can just take a screenshot if you're going to be, it's, please ignore this 25,000 that is showing on my screen. It is 20,000 naira, at least for now. If we plan to increase, we'll let you know. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you all in class. I look forward to seeing your beautiful faces in class. I hope you learned something tonight and have a blessed night. Have a good night rest. Bye bye.